Good evening and welcome to the Colonel's Kitchen, the latest venture with the EKU Office of Alumni Engagement in partnership with EKU's Department for Applied Human Sciences. My name is Dan McBride and I am the Associate Vice President for Alumni Engagement. I will be one of your hosts tonight, along with Dr. Dana Bush, who is the chair of the Department of Applied Human Sciences. And here we are, Dana. It's the first show and we're off and running.
Oh, I'm really excited, Dan. We've been looking forward to this for a couple of weeks now, planning it, and yay, we're here.
We're here and ready to go. I will let folks know we are in the Burrier building on the EKU campus, but we are socially distanced in two different rooms. And we're going to have a great opportunity tonight to showcase a lot of the things that happen in the classroom here in Burrier, and also talk a little bit about Burrier Cafe, which is one of the great best kept secrets on our campus.
Oh, it sure is, Dan. So Cafe Burrier is on the third floor of the Burrier building, and it's actually part of a teaching kitchen. It's a class that students take in the fall semester. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we serve a wonderful lunch, a 3-course prefix menu. And Chef Sang, we're going to introduce him here in a minute. He is in charge of the kitchen. So students in this program are either studying to be dietitians, or they'll get a concentration in culinary nutrition and food management. Cafe Burrier is just fantastic. We will also have fine dining events during the fall semester, and where students get an opportunity to think about I think that's some of our fine dining right there. We're seeing some pictures of. Doesn't it look fantastic? Oh, yeah.
It does. It looks delicious. And as someone who always makes time to visit Cafe Burrier a few times a semester, it is great food.
It is good food, absolutely. And it's fixed by students.
Yes, yes. Let's talk a little bit about what we're going to see tonight, Dr. Bush. We've got some holiday appetizers on the menu for tonight.
I love appetizers. I don't know about you, Dan, but that's one of the best things about a party or a tailgate or something like that is the little bitty appetizers, right? Because you don't feel like you're eating quite as much if you're eating little bitty portions. So tonight, that's what we're going to be doing. We're looking at holiday appetizers. The first one we're going to be looking at is beef Wellington in a brown sauce.
Yeah, and we should let people know. I had one person who said, beef Wellington, you're starting us off. We're just amateur chefs and you're starting us off tough. But these are easy to follow and easy to make appetizers.
They absolutely are. And we'll have recipes if anyone would like those to be able to cook them afterward. But yeah, beef Wellington is typically something that you see on a big holiday platter, right? And it's in this beautiful puff pastry. We're going to take that down to a little bit of a bite size, and Chef Sang will walk us through how to do that.
Yeah, and we should remind people, and it's on your screen now, if you would like to get the ingredients, you can just go to the website and click on the Colonel's Kitchen, and it will give you all of the information that you need. I'm hoping that a lot of people are probably watching tonight, and then they're going to go back and replay this later when they decide to sit down and try to attempt some of these recipes and some of the things we're going to be sharing with them tonight.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, so if we're going to have good food, we've got to have good people making it. Tell us a little bit about the men we'll be watching tonight in the kitchen.
Absolutely. So our lead chef is Sangwook Kang. Sang came to us with a degree in culinary from the Culinary Institute of America at Hyde Park. That is a primo culinary school, Dan. He also has a PhD from Iowa State in hospitality. And cooking with him is one of our students, one of our dietetics students, Bryant Thrasher. He's one of our stars. So he will be, he also has a degree, a 2-year degree in culinary arts. So he's got a little experience there in the kitchen as well.
So just to let folks know how it's going to work tonight, we're going to bring in Bryant and Chef Sang here in just a moment, and we will watch them cook in the kitchen, and they'll kind of talk about what they're doing as they go through the steps. And then throughout the evening, Dana and I will interject little notes and questions and things as we go. So Let's get to it. Without further ado, let's bring in Bryant and Chef Sang, and let's get to the kitchen.
Hello.
All right.
Thanks for the introduction, Mr. McBride and Dr. Bush. Also, thanks for having us here tonight. We are very honored to present the cooking demonstration to showcase the Department of Applied Human Sciences. So tonight we are going to demonstrate the 4 different types of odors, which comes from the different European countries. The first item is the beef Wellington. That comes from England. Beef Wellington is the famous menu item to celebrate Christmas and New Year's Day in England. And after that, we are going to present bakery, also with pastry as well. And the third menu item is the chicken croquette that comes from France. And the last menu of tonight is deviled eggs that comes from Italy. So we are going to present 3 different types of hot odors and the 1 cold odor that comes from England, France, and Italy. Okay. So as the first step, as the first menu, I'm going to introduce the beef Wellington briefly. Beef Wellington is an English pie consisting of beef tenderloin, that is the mushroom paste, and red with the prosciutto. So when you see the recipe, sometimes like a recipe says Parma. Parma is like a prosciutto. Parma means prosciutto from Parma, area of Parma in Italy. It's a similar to the wines. So in terms of the Italian wines, it's controlled by the dosages. Right? So if you like the Moscato di Asti, like a Moscato, the type of the grape is from Asti area. Right? So Parma is also the type of prosciutto, so it's the same thing. So the beef tenderloin and the tubzer, which is the mushroom, the paste will be wrapped with the prosciutto, and then will be wrapped with the pastry, and then it will be baked in the oven. That is the beef Wellington. Okay. So normally the beef Wellington is prepared as the family concept. So it means like people normally use the big size of the beef tenderloin and to prepare the beef Wellington as the entree. But tonight we are going to modify the recipe to make the small size of the beef Wellington as the appetizer. So the first thing for beef Wellington is to cut the beef as the pie size. Right? I present how to cut the beef, and then Brian will present how to seal the beef. Okay? And then we are going to make a good set. All right. All right. So if you follow the steps, you can make a beef Wellington very easily. Okay. It's not a main item. Okay. So can you see that? So can you see the board? Okay. All right. You know the way the custom and the right like all the beef Wellington, the appetizer, like you can purchase this drawings from the Kroger or higher. That is the taker. So already the silver skin, which is the sealing, is removed. So you don't need to remove the silver skin. So you can just cut half like this. This is about like 6 ounces. So the size will be according to the recipe. It says the 1.5 inch by half inch. So it should be the like a pie size. So you can cut just like a pie size. But you know after you wrap with the duxelle and the prosciutto and also wrap with the pork pastry, this size will be much bigger than what you expect. So if you wanna have actually like an actual pie size, the size will be smaller than what you expect. Okay, are you with me? All right, and then you can also cut small size like this. And then after you cut, like you can sprinkle the salt and pepper on top of it, and then you know as opposed to the beef Wellington as the entree, you know this is a small size of the small appetizer. So you know the meat is very small. So this meat should be seared very quickly. It means like if it is seared too long, it will be overcooked. Okay. So to sear the beef, like Brian will show how to sear the beef. And you can grease some oil on top. And pan should be hot enough.
So beef tenderloin is very tender, Dan, and not real fatty. It's a pretty lean cut of meat. So you don't want to overcook it too much. So you're just going to kind of flash fry it there.
Yeah, and I noticed that they've cut it into small pieces. Normally, when you think of beef Wellington, as he said, you think of the big piece, and they've cut it into smaller pieces, which will probably make cooking it a little bit easier here, or warming it up.
Right. Yeah. You want to do it pretty quickly because you don't want to overcook it. I made a big beef tenderloin for the first time last Christmas, and I was so nervous about it because it's a very expensive cut of meat. I mean, they can run up to $100 depending on the weight. But go for it. Take the chance and fix something like that. But trying it on an appetizer makes it a little bit less risky.
Yeah.
So it should be seared very fast, very quickly, like tataki. When you go to the Japanese restaurant, you can order the tuna tataki. Tuna tataki means like seared only outside. So when you prepare for the family meal concept, it should be seared rolling. If you don't sear thoroughly, like the centerpiece of the centerpiece tenderloin will not cook perfectly, but this one is a small piece. So it means like this one should be seared very quickly. So just sear like this. Okay. And then,
There you go. We can see much better now what he's doing there.
Yeah.
Bryant, looks good. How's it coming there?
It's going well so far.
So Bryant, what would the internal temperature that you're wanting to cook those pieces to?
So then that when we cook it, we'll probably get it up to about 140 degrees at a safe temperature, at least 140, 142 degrees.
no, so after we cook, like the internal temperature should be about like 145 degrees, and then it should be like 4 to 3 according to the recipe. This one is one, the beer. What about the beef? Okay, so you can place that. And the next one is I will show you how to make the dukset. Right? Dukset is a motion. Okay. Okay. So if you have a food processor, you can use the food processor. Right? Maybe you can. Okay. And according to the recipe, it says the white button mushroom. And if you use the white button mushroom, you can use you can just remove the stem and then you can cut it, and then you can use the food processor. But tonight we are going to use the baby bella. So for the baby bella, you have to remove the gills inside. So to remove the gills inside, you can use the spoon and spread inside the gills, and to remove the gills like that. And set it a bit cleaned like this. Okay.
So you're going to remove the stem of that mushroom. Mm-hmm.
And then this one is just cut it like 4 pieces of each motion like this.
All right.
Okay. And okay. All right.
So he's chopping up the mushrooms and dropping them in.
Cutting the mushrooms is if you don't cut some part will be chopped more finely, and the other part will not be chopped evenly. So that's why I cut the mushrooms, the full sizes, the equal sizes like this.
Yeah.
So he's just going to quarter them, then put them in that food processor, and that's going to cut them up real quick.
Yeah, yeah, and he's keeping them all roughly the same size, so they all end up.
Right. Yeah. I have a food processor. My husband got me one for Christmas one year, and started using it. And I loved it so much. And I said, well, if our house ever catches fire, I'll just run to the kitchen and grab my KitchenAid mixer, my food processor, and I'll be gone. I mean, those things are wonderful.
I'm going to use the same pan. We can deglaze the pan with the red wine. So I can add
red wine.
Right here.
Yep. So deglaze the pan.
Okay. It will provide more flavor. And then I can add a little bit of butter here. Okay, a little bit of butter. And I can add a shallot. If you don't have a shallot, you can use the yellow onion. It's the same onion family. Shallot provides the delicate and sweet flavor with the kick of the sharpness. And also you can add the garlic here.
Some garlic.
Mhm.
And then you just saute a little bit.
I can't smell that. I wish I was right in there because those onions, garlic, that little bit of red wine, reducing that. That's a wonderful smell. You can almost see the smell, Dan.
Almost smells delicious.
Yeah.
Bryant can smell it good.
So when he was talking about deglazing the pan, that's where, they pan fried the medallions. And so when you put that wine in there, it kind of gets all the good juices off the pan.
Evaporate moisture. If we don't evaporate the moisture enough, after we make the beef Wellington, the moisture will come out while it's baked. Okay, so we need to cook this one for at least like 12 to 15 minutes. It should be golden brown like this. Okay, so to save the time, I made a duxelle already. So we are going to move to the next step to combine the beef tenderloin and duxelle with prosciutto. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
Sorry.
I was, in the interest of time, we're going to jump ahead here and put it together.
Right. I know Sane's audio is just a little choppy. What he was saying is that it would take probably about 8 to 10 minutes to reduce that. So we're going to, like you said, Dan, just move right ahead.
Prosciutto is a dry cured ham made of the horse hind leg. This one prosciutto. So this one will be dried very easily. So if you don't use that, please put it in the airtight container or tap. Okay. So when you cut, please cut lengthwise this way, because if you cut this way, it will be broken, right? It will be broken very easily. So when you wrap with this and duxelle, you can cut this way. Okay? Like this, lengthwise.
So cut it along the grain there.
Yep. There you go. I was going to say, we need to get where we can see that. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, I love prosciutto. It's delicious.
The made duxelle looks like that. Okay. Yeah, looks like this. And then, I will put the duxelle here. And place the beef tenderloin right here, and then you can do.
So that's the mushroom mixture that he put on the prosciutto and then rolled that up.
And rolled it up. Okay.
Wrapped with the prosciutto like this. Okay.
And the beef is in the middle. The beef Wellington.
Yes.
It's
right. Yeah.
Big size. It will be a big size. The two set together. The people normally use the plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator to be set for like 6 to 8 hours. But this is a small piece. So if you want, you can do that. But actually, this is not necessary. So you can just make like this one, and then we are going to wrap with the puff pastry after this. Okay. So we are going to make one more thing. So Brian, you want to try this one?
Yes, sir. I will.
Right. Okay. So you can put it on here. And place there. Okay. And place the beef tenderloin, and you can go like this. Okay.
It's probably better that we can't smell it, Dana, because it's making me hungry just seeing it. So I know if I could smell it, it'd be even worse.
Yeah. Those French fries I had for a pre-dinner snack aren't lasting
So
very long.
we are going to wrap this one with the puff pastry. Okay. This one. Okay. So first, you need to spread out the puff pastry a little bit by using the rolling pin. Okay. I use the parchment paper because if your cutting board is wet, the puff pastry will stick together. Okay, they stick together. So I use the parchment paper, or you can sprinkle the flour a little bit on top of the cutting board if you don't want to use the parchment paper. Okay, right? Okay. Cut this one should be about like 5 inches per each item. So you cut this way and this way, this way.
So you can make your own puff pastry,
Using that,
Dan,
and
but you have to be prepared for
I prepare the
a
egg
lot
wash,
of rolling.
brush the egg wash on the puff pastry like this, because the egg wash will be a glue, like the beef and the prosciutto and puff pastry will stick together. Okay, while it's cooking. Okay, so brush the egg wash on the puff pastry, and then place the beef on the puff pastry, and you can fold it like this. Okay. And seal it should be tight. Okay.
So the egg wash is acting like a glue once they bring it all around the beef.
The right size of the beef Wellington. Okay, beef Wellington.
Yep.
And then you can place this one on the sheet tray, and then you can also put the egg wash one more time on top of it. It will provide the more color, and you can sprinkle a little bit of the black pepper like this. Okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I prepared this one like this. Okay? Like this is the beef Wellington. We are going to bake this one in the oven at 420 degrees for 12 minutes. You can bake 10 minutes, but it's, sometimes the puff pastry is a little bit doughy. So so you can bake like a 10 to 12 minutes. You can check out the temperature. But this is a small appetizer. I don't want to recommend you use like a thermometer to check out the temperature, because while we are searing the beef, it's almost cooked, right? Almost cooked. If you have cooked like a big portion of the beef Wellington, you need to check out the temp, right? The internal temperature should be at least 145 degrees, and it should be rested for at least 3 minutes. But after we bake that, like we are going to put it outside and on the counter, it will be rested for 3 minutes, and then it will be stayed in the hot box. Okay, all right. So the next one is the bakery. Bakery is very similar to the beef Wellington. The way of making the bakery is very similar to the beef Wellington. And I will present that this little of time like to take out the dirty dishes. Okay.
So we're going to use puff pastry with the baked brie as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you make your own puff pastry, it takes a lot of butter. A lot of butter. It takes a lot of time. I don't know if you've ever watched the Great British Bake Off. Have you ever seen that, Dan?
I have not. I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't seen it.
Well, I love to watch it. And they will make their own puff pastry, but it takes, you just keep putting butter in between the dough, and you fold it, and then you put it in the refrigerator, and then it's very labor intensive. It's much easier just to get it at Kroger.
Okay, so you can open the brie cheese. Actually, you can eat the rind of the brie cheese here. You can eat the rind of the brie cheese, but if you don't want to eat the rind, you can cut it. Okay. And this is from the cow's milk, and you can cut. I will show you how to cut the brie cheese. Okay. Simply. If you don't wanna eat the rind, you can just cut it like that, and you can cut this thickness, like a half inch of the brie cheese like this. Okay, then you can cut it. And the way of making the baked brie is very similar to the beef Wellington. So you can spread out the whole pastry with the rolling pin here. Okay. All right. Okay. So, Brian, I will make two, and you can make two. Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. So, take out of pastry like this. Okay. Like here. Two. One, two. Okay. All right. And after we lay out the whole pastry, and we are going to put the raspberry jelly on the top pastry right here.
Mhm.
Raspberry jelly. That sounds good.
Oh, yeah.
Just 1 teaspoon of the raspberry jelly right here. Okay. Right.
Different types of jams and jellies go so well with different
You can
cheeses.
try that, and also this one is a good collaboration with the red wine as well. And you can place the brie cheese on top of it, which will hold the later the top pastry. And then by using the jelly, you can put the like that. It's like a blue.
So what is that he's using to help kind of stick it together there?
I think that was a little bit of the jam you put there at the end to
So
kind of use.
it should
You
be.
see, as he folded it up, it kind of used as like glue.
So you need to seal thoroughly like this.
That's the part I always have trouble with, is making it pretty.
While
Yeah,
it's melting, the cheese is melted. The cheese will come out sometimes. So to avoid
Right.
that, you need to seal very tightly. Okay.
Yeah. So the brie is, when it gets hot, it really it's it melts really easily. So that's why he's trying to seal it, or it'll come through the puff pastry.
After you do, place this one on the sheet tray, and then you can brush the maple syrup. This is a maple syrup.
Maple syrup.
You can brush that on top of
Oh,
the
wow.
baked brie. It's a brie. Okay.
So that's going to give it a really nice, caramel color as it's baking the maple syrup.
To provide more taste, you can sprinkle the light brown sugar on top of it. It will be caramelized.
Why not? There's not enough sugar, syrup, jam.
You can never have enough brown sugar. Yeah.
Let's just put a little bit more sugar on there. Oh.
I prepared this one like this. So this one is the bakery. This one will be baked for 10 minutes at 400 degrees Fahrenheit in the oven. So we are going to bake that.
Yeah. So it'll bake about at the same temperature as the beef Wellingtons, and they'll look a lot alike when they come out of the oven, actually.
Would you want me to continue the next video?
All right. So we've got the beef Wellington and the brie are both now in the oven.
Yeah.
Okay. So next menu item is the chicken croquette.
Chicken croquette.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So this is the first time, so we need to clean the kitchen and we need to organize the kitchen at the same time. So it takes time. So chicken croquette is a thick binder consisting of any kinds of ingredients. So for example, in Korea and Japan, people use the seafood or curry to make a croquette. The croquette. So tonight we are going to use the chicken, and we are going to also use the potato, and also we are going to use the green peas to maintain the good balance of the nutrition. So today we are going to make the chicken croquette.
So I know Sing's audio is a little difficult at the beginning of the show. He was talking about how we're kind of visiting different countries.
Potato, you can bake the potato. Also, you can steam the potato. It's up to you. I bake the potato for 45 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit, and that the potato should be fully cooked. Okay, potato should be fully cooked. After you cook the potato, it should be mashed. So Brian will mash the potato.
I'm always for mashing potatoes.
Oh, I love a good mashed potato.
Okay.
So that potato is going to kind of act as a binding agent to with the chicken, and to kind of keep it all together. Plus, it'll add some nice little potato flavor.
After you mash the potato, you can add the chicken here. Chicken is I already cooked the chicken with the Greek seasoning. So you can add any types of seasoning, Cajun seasoning or salt and pepper, simple salt and pepper. So I cooked the chicken. It's a thick breast. It takes for 20 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the thin chicken breast. It normally takes like 80 minutes. After you cook, like you need to check the internal temp. It should be at least 165 degrees. Okay, to avoid the food poisoning. The food poisoning release. Okay, and I prepare the chicken here, and I'm going to saute the green peas with yellow onions.
So we're going to fry these, Dan. These won't be baked in the oven. They'll be fried.
Right, and the chicken he said he'd already cooked, right?
That's right. Yeah. So it's a shredded chicken or diced,
Okay.
cut into smaller pieces. He's putting some butter there in the pan.
On the saute pan.
And these will fry really quickly, just a couple of minutes in the pan because they are kind of small.
If you cut the butter into small pieces, like the expedited, okay, so you can cut like that. You can make the butter. Okay. And then you can add the mushrooms, the onions here. Okay, and saute a little bit.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. He's not going to fry the chicken yet. He's got to do the diced onions and things, and then put it all with the chicken.
Transparent, and then you can add the green peas here. Okay.
Is that peas? Is that what he said?
Peas. Yeah, peas.
Yeah. Oh.
That's one vegetable that I don't like a whole lot is peas.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
But I'll eat them in things. The chicken croquettes will be wonderful, but I don't just eat a little bowl of peas.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I would mix my peas in with my mashed potatoes so I couldn't taste them.
Yeah, I know that's a good pea trick. Some people love peas. I don't know.
Yeah.
My sister and my brother, they don't like them either.
Eat this one with the potato and
All right.
chicken.
Yeah, so the potato, the chicken, all of that's going in that bowl. He's going to stir it all together, and then we're going to work on the breading here.
So this is the potato mixture. So, okay, I'll show you how to make the croquette. Okay, all right.
So one of the great things about here at EKU and in our department is this kitchen. I mean, this is a cooking lab for our students. They get this great experience working on commercial cookware and appliances. It's really a great opportunity for our students who are going to be working in kitchens or as dietitians in hospitals or in clinical settings. But this cookware or these appliances are very, very specialized.
It will be cooked with breadcrumbs, which is the panko. Panko is the Japanese breadcrumbs. So to make the thick binder, you can make like a small bowl or a small cylinder shape, like that. Like this. Okay. You can coat with flour, and you can put it in the egg wash and coat with breadcrumbs like this.
So flour, the egg wash, and the breadcrumbs.
Yeah. So that's going to be our coating. That's going to give it a nice little crispy coating.
after we do, so we are going to fry this one. Yes.
I've always said I'd like to sneak up here and cook my Thanksgiving dinner on all these stoves with all the. I could knock it out, you know. Put my turkey in one oven, the ham in the other.
Just a chicken croquette like this.
Oh, wow, yeah.
There we go.
Give a small cylinder shape, and then there is a thick binder with the potato, the cooked chicken, and the green peas. So all ingredients of the mixture is already cooked. So you can fry only 2 or 3 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit in the frying oil. Yes. So you can.
Oh, so he's got the frying oil. Okay.
Fryer.
Drop it in the fryer.
So since
And
it's
how-
already cooked, it's sorry,
Yeah, it doesn't have, not very long, right? It's going to be in there just a few minutes.
3 or 4 minutes. Yeah, because all the ingredients are cooked, and so we're just trying to get a nice.
By the color of the chicken croquette. If it is golden brown, it means it's done. You don't need to check out the internal temperature because all the ingredients of the mixture is already cooked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, these are going to be good, Dan. Even with those peas, it's going to be delicious.
Well, fortunately, there's enough other stuff in there that we probably won't even notice the peas.
That's right. No. Oh. I like almost all vegetables, but peas is just one of those that I've always had some. We have a difficult relationship. I don't know with the peas.
It was peas and lima beans for me. Those are the two.
Yeah, they're a lot alike.
Yeah.
What's your favorite vegetable?
Oh, that's a good question. I have always been a green bean kind of guy. I love green beans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you like green bean casserole?
I do. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it's a regular holiday thing at our house. That's one of the things we usually have. Yep.
Yeah. We've never really cooked a lot of green bean casserole. We always have green beans from the garden, of course, because my family's always had big gardens and fresh green beans or canned green beans in the winter. It's great. I'm a broccoli girl. I love broccoli, cauliflower. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are good ones to eat because they're so good for you, but I don't, I mix them in a smoothie every now and then or something like that.
I also like Brussels sprouts when they're fried in bacon grease. That's really, really good.
It's funny because Robbie Robinson with Aramark, the chef with Aramark, or with the catering manager with Aramark, has tried to get me to eat Brussels sprouts for so long, and I just I can't do it.
Yeah, you can, but we'll work on it.
Okay.
Maybe one of our shows will have some Brussels sprouts. We'll do it on the air. How's that sound?
Yeah, well, it may not be a good reaction on the air, but I'm willing to try anything. Oh, yeah, those look good.
Those look good. Yeah. Oh, yay. I've really missed Cafe Burrier this fall because, it's those look great.
Oh, back down. There you go, Bryant. Yeah, those look good.
Golden brown like this, and then it will be served with a marinara sauce, right?
Mm-hmm. You're going to serve it with the marinara sauce.
Oh, excellent.
And the next one is the deviled eggs.
Oh, yeah, the deviled eggs are up next. Excellent.
Yep.
So
It seems like every family has their own way of doing deviled eggs.
How to boil the eggs, and it's already peeled. I boil the water first, and I cook the eggs in the boiling water for 50 minutes. For the deviled eggs, the egg yolk should be fully cooked. Egg yolk should be fully cooked, and after you cook the eggs, after I cook the eggs, I place the eggs in the ice bath for 50 minutes, and then after that, I peel the eggs. And to make the deviled eggs, we need to halve the eggs. So I will show you how to halve the eggs tonight. So you can use the paring knife, but today I use the the thread of twine. Thread of twine.
Oh, so he's going to use twine instead of a knife.
It's
Oh, wow.
thread of
He's going to
twine.
split the egg with twine.
Uh-huh.
Maybe like another. Which color can I see? Maybe. Oh, yeah. Okay. So
There we
this is
go.
the thread of twine. So you can use the maybe you can knife like to hard the next. But if you have a twine, like you can use this one, and you can just grab it and push like that. And then we cut it like this nicely. All right. So
Cool.
you can get the egg yolk from the eggs here, right here. Okay. Okay. And
I've never used twine to
one more time.
cut my egg before like that.
Use the thread of twine. This.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a knife, right? Cut the eggs.
Yeah.
Okay. And we can put it here.
So other than style points, is there anything really, is the twine, I mean, does it matter if it's a knife or twine? It looks cool, but does
Well,
it do
It
anything?
could go through a little bit smoother maybe, and it doesn't, because it does depend on the knife that you use too. I'm going to have to try it and see. I've never used twine for boiled eggs. Brian, do you do that? I don't know if he can hear me or not.
No, ma'am. That was a new one for me.
Yep, it's a new one for Bryant too.
Yeah, we've all learned something today.
And this is the white wine vinegar.
White wine vinegar. So he's going to use that food processor again to get it really smooth.
It's a mustard can be added. Okay. And then it can be.
So he's got quite a few ingredients in these deviled eggs. You know, like I said, I think every family kind of makes their deviled eggs a little bit differently. You know, we usually just use some mayonnaise and, you know, some pepper and, but he's got mustard and vinegar and chives. So I'm going to have to try his recipe.
Oh yeah,
And
there's a
pepper.
lot of stuff.
A bit of pepper. A pinch of pepper here.
Deviled eggs is one of those things that I love too. I mean, they're great. And
Transfer this egg mixture to the piping bag. Okay. Piping bag. So I will show you how to transfer the mixture to the piping bag. To transfer
He's going to go fancy on us and use a piping bag.
Like this, okay? Make a puppet. Okay. Make a puppet. All right. Okay.
made a little pocket in the bag there.
Spatula. And you can put a mixture here and grab it with a piping bag like that. And then you should be clean like this, okay?
I think deviled eggs look so pretty as an appetizer too.
Okay, so and here's why he's putting it in like he is.
Already, every mixture in the piping bag, and you're going to present.
Ends up in the bag like that, and you can do it just like you would icing.
That's right, yeah.
So
So you can get it down in there real well too.
put the egg yolk mixture in the egg white. You need to put this one out, so.
Yeah, deviled eggs are a Southern staple, aren't they?
Absolutely.
And what's a potluck without a deviled egg?
They're dangerous too because you can eat them quick and easy, so they go
That's right.
fast.
Yeah.
So when you do, this one should be circle, not like this. It should be like that. Okay. So when you
Circular
put the egg yolk here, you need to nicely type like this. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Don't make like a flat egg yolk. It should have the volume like this.
So do you like egg salad, Dan?
I do, yeah. I like anything with eggs. I'm an egg guy.
Uh-huh.
The best part about all of this, Dana, is that we get to sample some of this here when it's
That's right.
finished in a few minutes. And that's,
It's close too. Yeah,
yeah, that's the exciting part for me.
it is.
you can garnish the
Yeah, so I've really missed going to Cafe Burrier this fall, since we haven't, but we are going to be operating in the spring in a different capacity than we usually do. But when I get more information about that, I'll share it with everybody.
Yeah, I heard a rumor that they may be doing deliveries possible.
That's right. Yeah. Because, we still need to operate this class. The students need it to graduate. And, curbside delivery and takeout has become a thing, right? So our students are going to get a different type of experience working in our quantity foods class. So.
Absolutely. So what do we got on top of the eggs there now?
That is prosciutto, so like a crispy prosciutto.
And chopsticks.
And
So that's an
chopsticks.
Italian ham. Oh, and chives. Oh, look how pretty that is. Yeah.
So we are going to complete the dishes. So this is the deviled eggs. And
Looks like we're getting close to having everything done.
I think we are.
Presentation.
That's right.
So, it's depending on how fancy you are, it's a big part of it.
It is. We eating isn't just about taste, is it? We eat with our eyes as well.
Absolutely.
I think that's one of the reasons I like appetizers so much, because they can be so. You can plate them so interestingly.
Yeah.
You can put them on different trays, and I think they're fun.
So we've got the chicken croquette on there and the eggs.
Yep. Yeah. So here comes the
The beef Wellington.
It's either the beef or the brie.
They're both in.
Wow. Yeah, they're going to look a lot alike.
Yeah.
So is that one plate for you or one plate for me, Dan?
I think it is.
Yay. Yeah, so if you were serving these at a party, you definitely would want to have a little sign next to the plate, beef Wellington or the cheese, because they're going to have a very different taste, but they look quite a bit alike.
Yes. And now he's going to. Okay, what are we adding there?
So, didn't hear what he said.
Brown sauce.
Brown sauce.
Oh, that's the brown sauce for the beef Wellington. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it looks great.
Looks great.
this is the one we made today. So as the first show, it's a little bit hectic because we prepared 4 different types of orders tonight. But the thing is, the beef Wellington, the neck right is nice. The beef Wellington is not a difficult menu. So if you follow the steps, you can complete the beef Wellington. And also bakery is much simpler than the beef Wellington, so you can also follow that. And the chicken croquette is you need to cook the potato and the chicken first, and after you mash the potato, you can mix all the ingredients together and make a thick binder and coat with flour, egg wash, and breadcrumbs, and then you can fry that. Okay? Mm-hmm. The deviled eggs, you are the expert of the deviled eggs, so you can halve eggs and then get make the egg yolk mixture and bring the piping bag and pipe the egg yolk mixture on the egg white. Okay. This is for the holiday orders, and please enjoy that. And it will be good collaboration with the wines, and please stay safe and have a great time with the family and the friends. And we are going to have another show in January. It will be much better. Yes, I hope so. And we are going to make the fantastic burger. So we are going to have also like a Chef Jordan, and he's going to show you how to make like a lava cakes. So it'll be great. And please stay tuned and please support our program. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Excellent.
All right.
So who's going to deliver? Somebody's got to deliver that to us.
You know, I can put on my mask and get it. I don't know. Or are they? Oh, here we go. Okay, I'm going to put on my mask.
Yeah, Brian's going to.
Yeah.
Chef,
Here
they're going to bring it in. We're going to taste it. And again,
That's
yeah,
right.
we are going to be
Fantastic.
back in January,
Brian.
and we're going to be doing another treat then.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Look at this.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, it smells so good.
It does.
They're going to bring us a fork too, in case you don't want to eat it with your fingers.
I'm used to eating with my hands and my fingers, so it's nothing new for me. It looks
All
too
right.
good to eat, actually.
Oh, what are we going to try first?
I think I'm going to try the beef Wellington first.
Okay.
I think.
All right. So that's with the pepper on top. You got that? Did you dip it in the sauce?
That is good.
Oh yeah.
It's the I mean the
Thank you. Sorry about that.
whatever you call it, the coating, the pastry on it on the outside really adds some flavor to it.
Yeah. So the puff pastry puffed up, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's very light, very flaky, and that's because it's made with lots of butter. So that is really good.
That's good. Yeah. All right. What about you? Want to do the brie next?
Sure. I'm going to take a drink of water.
Cleanse your palate a little bit.
So remember the brie had
Okay.
was it a raspberry jam, and then the brie in there, wrapped in the puff pastry.
I made the mistake of doing the Wellington again, which is not such a bad thing, but.
But you were expecting to taste cheese.
The brie is good too.
Not good.
Yeah. And you can tell, we talked about all those sweeteners that he put in there. You can really, you can taste them.
Brie, I love serving brie. You know, it's great with fruit, different types of like pecans, walnuts. You can do like candied pecans, and stick it in the oven. And it just melts so nicely. It's so smooth.
That is good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making a mess of myself in here.
Yeah, I am too. I'm going to need to use my mask as a napkin.
I thought the same thing. That's the one thing we didn't think of was napkins.
Yeah. We're learning a lot from this, right?
Yes, and Chef Sang said it. This is our first show, folks, so we're going to get better. We promise. There's just some things that you can't test out in a dress rehearsal, and so we'll get the camera angles better, and we'll get the miking better so that you can hear and understand everybody a little bit better. And hopefully, we'll be doing this once a month. After the holidays are over, we'll start back up in January, and we'll do it once a month, and we'll get better as we go, and we'll expand and do some different things with it. So,
yeah.
But hopefully, folks at home, you were able to follow along, and probably not many of you were cooking along, but you'll be able to go back and watch it later and use this and make some great appetizers for the holidays. I'm going to try the chicken now.
Yeah. And I'd love to know if anybody tries the recipes and how it works for them. You like that chicken?
Yeah.
Can you taste the peas?
That's good. I cannot. which is the best part.
We're giving
And
peas
this,
a hard time. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, all you pea lovers.
That is good. Thumbs up, Chef. You did a great job.
Excellent job.
And Bryant. Good job, gentlemen. And what is it again? What are we doing in January? Are we going to do burgoo?
Burgoo, yeah,
right?
because it's kind of cold in January. We got to warm up. Yeah. And then I don't know. What about February? What should we do?
We're going to do sweets, right, for Valentine's Day.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I don't know.
I need to get a napkin. Bryant, Chef Sang, thank you so much tonight. Excuse me, tonight. Great job in the kitchen. And we appreciate the work, and the food is delicious.
Absolutely. Thanks, Bryant. You all have a great holiday.
Yes. So, Dana, all right. Well, we survived, and we got some food to munch on here. Again, our first show, we had some kinks in it, but we'll work them out, and we'll get better. And we will be back in January, mid-January, with our next show, doing Kentucky Burgoo. But again, thanks to Chef Sang and to Bryant and Dr. Bush. Thank you for joining me tonight, and we look forward to coming back and doing it again in a month or so.
Oh, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to be working on some menus for them. We need to start thinking about some requests.
Yes. And maybe even as we get going, you and I will end up in the kitchen helping out one night.
We should try that. They could test our skills.
I'm good at eating. I'm not very handy in the kitchen, but I am good at eating. So, but that'll wrap it up for tonight. We want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Be watching for more information on upcoming shows. We're going to take a little break for the holidays, but we'll be back in January with more programming and another Colonel's Kitchen coming up in mid-January as well. So for Dana Bush, I'm Dan McBride. Thanks for watching, and go Colonels.